further before wasting our time, no more wasting our time. And our today's lecture is about, let me share the screen with you. Is the screen visible to all of you? Aisha, you want to talk to us? You are audible now. Okay. So today's lecture is about IELTS listening, right? And why we are starting with the IELTS listening, the reason is that this is the first module, the first part of the test where you will be, evaluated. IELTS listening is very important, and it is also important in terms of language learning, because you might know that, or you must have observed, and in your families and in your surroundings, the little kids, they cannot speak when they are born. They cannot talk, right? They cannot read, right? But the only thing that they can do is they can listen, right? So this is the first department, where actually you receive the input of the language, and you receive the knowledge and messages through your eardrums, and then your mind starts processing it, right? So listening is very important, looking at it from the perspective of language learning, because before we learn anything, we learn listening. All the kids, all the human beings, we learn to listen first. Okay, so what is the IELTS listening test all about? So we should know that there are, some facts about the listening test. The first thing is the difficulty level. So, sorry, the first thing is about time, right? So as we have already discussed in our demo class, that the whole listening test is actually almost 30 minutes. It will take 30 minutes to listen to the whole audio script, right? And during which you will actually listen to the audio, and then you will have to answer the questions. You'll be given the question paper, and you will be noting all the answers given in on the piece of paper. So as you will listen, you will also have to answer. If you are taking IELTS on the paper base, IELTS, so there will be additional 10 minutes to transfer your answers from the question paper to the answer sheet, as we have already mentioned in our demo class. Now, talking about the structure of the test, so the listening test is, organized into 4 sections, and each section has an audio recording, right? But remember, the audio is played once, right? It is one script, but it has got 4 sections. The audio is actually, divided into 4 sections. And on each section, you will actually get how many questions? You will get 10 questions for each section, right? And then, you have to answer those questions. Now, the thing is, what are those sections all about, and what will be the topics of, those audios? So the answer is that, the first section is normally that you will listen to is a conversation between two people on a general topic, everyday topic. As I mentioned earlier, you might listen to two people talking about, let's say, planning a trip, or probably buying something, or probably a conversation between a sales representative and a customer, right? So it is something related to a day-to-day topic. So you will listen to two people, they're talking to each other, and they're talking about a general topic. Now, section 2, it is still about something general and non-academic, right? But there is one person. For example, it could be a TV interview, right? One person is continuously talking about something. Let's say climate change. Let's say a politician talking about something. Let's say, a host is talking in the morning show about something. So There will be one person talking again about a non-academic topic, something general, something related to our day-to-day affairs, but it will be one person. So the difference between section 1 and section 2 is that section 1 contains the conversation. Section 2 is, a script spoken by one person, which is normally what we call a monologue, right? Then in section 3, there is a discussion involving up to 4 people in an academic situation, right? So you will have an academic situation, let's say a classroom, and 4 students, two or more than 2 students, right? Up to 4 people, they are, involved and they are talking to each other. Let's say they are talking about, their research thesis. They're talking about an assignment. So it could be an academic, discussion where up to 4 people will be talking. So again, a conversation, right? And in the last section, which is section number 4, you will need to answer questions while listening to an academic lecture, right? What does it mean? There will be, a lecturer, a teacher talking about something academic, right? Let's say you are sitting in a classroom and a teacher is talking about anything. For example, right now, I am a teacher and I am talking about something academic. That is, your IELTS test, right? I'm teaching you how to, how to pass your IELTS listening. I'm teaching you the strategies. I'm teaching you about the structure. I'm teaching you about, the time and everything. So it is an academic setting where one person is speaking, being the teacher. I'm speaking right now, and you people are listening, right? So this section 4 is actually an academic lecture. You will listen to it, and then there will be some questions on the piece of paper, right? In the question paper that you need to answer, and there will be around 10 questions. Is it clear? Do you have any difficulty until this point? You can unmute yourselves and talk to me.
Yes, sir, it is clear.
Okay. What about the others? Aisha and Abdul Hamid and Bismillah. Is it clear to all of you? All right. Now, another thing which is very important about IELTS listening is that probably you people will be asking, sir, what is the difficulty level? Like how difficult it would be to answer those questions? Uh, the answer is, my dear, it totally depends on you as an individual, right? What does it mean? It means that if you have good command of English language, if you have prepared well, so probably you will not feel any difficulty while taking the test, right? But if you are not prepared well, if you haven't practiced well, if you don't know the language, if you have less or no command of the language, if you're not a competent user of the language, then it is very likely that you will find it very difficult, right? So it totally depends on you, the way you approach the test, whether you approach the test without preparing yourself, or let's say you take the test, right, fully prepared, fully covered all the aspects of the test. Uh, you know, you have had practice of the conversational settings as well as the monologue settings, such as you have listened to many individual speakers as well as people who are, in a co-setting where they are talking to each other. So if you have this understanding and this practice, then of course the test will not be difficult for you, right? So this is what I can say about the difficulty level of the test. Now, about the question types. So there are 7 possible question types that you might get while taking the IELTS listening test, right? But remember, this thing will be totally, you can say, random. The questions will not be in the form as I'll be discussing right now in this lecture, right? You can get, the questions in the form of forms or notes completion, right? Or flowchart completion. You can also get questions such as multiple choice questions. You can have short answer questions. You can have sentence completion questions. You can have labeling a diagram or a map questions, right? You can have classification, and finally, you can have matching questions as well. But The order could be different. We have discussed, for example, in part one of the test or section one of the IELTS listening test, you can get questions related to forms or notes completion, right? Along with that, you can also have questions such as multiple choice questions. So it is totally, up to your luck, the type of questions that you will get. Is it clear or not? Right? But one thing that you might be worried right now about is that, sir, we need to know what kind of questions are form completion or flowchart completion, and what type of questions would we get in the multiple choice questions, right? And how should we be solving the short answer questions? So don't worry, we're going to discuss each and every type of questions in detail, right? Is it clear? Is it clear or not? जी, समझ आ गई आप लोगों को या नहीं? Should we proceed further? You can unmute yourself and talk to me. Okay, remember one thing more, and that is, whenever you come to the class, so try to, before coming to the class, try to find a quiet place, right? Where there is silence, nobody is talking in the background. So, have such a room where there is nobody talking, right? And then you can have your, microphones unmuted for the whole class. And when I ask you anything, so you could be able to, reply me straight away. Is it clear? So next time when you come to the class, you can have your, microphones unmuted for the whole duration. Okay, I believe you have understood what we have discussed in this slide. Let's move ahead. Okay, so now another question is that, what the test assesses, like what are the points which actually the examiners or, they are looking at, in your IELTS listening test. So in section 1 and 2, the test assesses skill required, while listening to everyday situations. As we have mentioned earlier, right? The first section and the second section, they are about non-academic topic, general everyday, situations. So you will be assessed on your skills, your competence, your efficiency of understanding the day-to-day situations. For example, right now we are in the classroom, but let's assume, suppose, right? We are not in a classroom. All of us, we are, in a playground, right? We are all friends and we are in a playground. So we are talking about, who should be the captain of the team, and who should be, the front player and the back player, etc., etc. If we are, let's say, playing football, right? So now there is an everyday situation. There is not an academic situation. So you will be assessed whether you are able to understand the non-academic, the everyday, context, the speech and the everyday context or not. मेरी बात की समझ आ रही है आप लोगों को? Right? So that is the first skill which they will assess. In section 3 and section 4, the test assesses while listening to academic situations. Here is the difference. Section 1 and 2, they are looking at non-academic contexts, right? They are assessing you on the basis of non-academic, speech, everyday speech. They are looking at whether you are able to understand and comprehend and answer the everyday speech or not. In section 3 and 4, right, what happens? The direction changes, the skill changes. It looks specifically at, understanding the academic situations where, for example, you are in a classroom and you are talking about something academic, or a teacher is delivering a lecture. So it will look at whether you are able to comprehend what the teacher is saying or not. Are you getting my point? Right? मेरी बात की आपको समझ आ रही है? Right now, when I am asking you, मेरी बात की आपको समझ आ रही है, or are you following, or do you understand what I'm saying? इसका मतलब भी ये है कि I want to know that whether you are having this, level of understanding, the level of understanding कि आप मेरी बात समझ सकते हैं या नहीं, whether you are able to understand me or not. Are you getting my point? So the same skill is required and assessed in your IELTS listening. Now we look at these situations in more detail, but first of all, in section 1 and 2, there is an everyday context such as an accommodation office or a travel agent or a public meeting. So you are mainly listening for main ideas and factual information. Two things: main idea, factual information. An academic, non-academic setting, for example, if a person is talking to you and he wants to borrow some money from you, right? On a lighter note, somebody calls you, your friend calls you, hey, Mr. XYZ, I need to borrow some money from you. So straight away you understand that this money wants loan from me. And you straight away tell the person that there is some distortion in your voice. I cannot hear you properly. And then you hang off the phone, right? Hang up the phone. Why? Because you don't want to give them the money. Are you getting my point? Right? So with one sentence, you have got that if I am to continue the talk with this person, he will somehow convince me and get money out of me that you don't want to, right? So that is the main idea. Second thing, factual information, something which is fact, which is truth, which is understandable, which everyone accepts, such as 2 plus 2 is equal to 4. That is the factual information. So in section 1 and 2, the type of questions that you would get in the question paper regarding the audio script would be either about main ideas or it would be about factual information. मेरी बात की समझ आ गई कि नहीं? Have you got it? If there is any problem, you can ask. Bismillah, Atika, and Aisha and Abdul Hamid. If there is any question about, the understanding of main idea and factual information, you can unmute yourselves and ask me. If not, we can proceed further. जी. Are you getting what I'm saying? आपको समझ आ गया कि फैक्चुअल इंफॉर्मेशन क्या है और मेन आइडिया क्या होती है? क्लियर हो गया या नहीं? Okay, good. Okay, so if this is clear, the same is the case with, section 3 and 4, right? Again, you will listen for main ideas and facts as well, but these audio recordings are in academic situations. Now, the difference between section 1 and section 2 and section 3 and section 4 is that the first two sections, they are non-academic. The last two sections, they are academic. That's the only difference. The rest is the skill which will be assessed is main idea and factual information. But along with that, you should also be able to, understand, such as study meetings between students and lectures. So you will also need to show that you can understand how much speakers agree with each other, because there will be some kind of questions asking about agreement or disagreement between the speakers. And you will also have to show that you can follow academic explanations the way I am explaining each and everything to you. So you should tell through answering correctly the questions, right, that you understand the explanations given in the lecture or in that academic situation. And you will also have to demonstrate to show the understanding of speakers' attitudes and opinions. I hope you understand what's the difference between attitude and opinion, right? Attitude and opinion, it's almost the same, right? If they are having something positive, so they will say it or they will show it through their, speech, right? For example, if there are two students and they're talking to each other about something academic, let's say they want to submit their assignment the next week or the next day, right? One of them says, okay, that's a good idea. We should start working now so that we should be able to submit our assignments by next, let's say, Friday. or by next Monday. Now, that is an agreement. Now, assume that one of the speakers says that, well, next Monday is okay, but I believe I will not be able to complete my assignment. Now, here it shows a negative attitude or negative opinion. They're not agreeing with each other, right? Are you getting my point? So, by listening to these academic, scripts, I should say, you will have to demonstrate that you understand the explanations, you understand the agreement between speakers, you understand the opinions and attitudes of the speakers, and you have to show these things through answering correctly all the questions. Is it clear? Is it clear or not? Okay, let's move ahead. Now, as we have discussed,
Sir,
yes, please.
can you compare the academic and non-academic?
Mhm.
What is called academic? Can you explain in simple word?
Okay, say it again. Do you want to know the difference between academic and non-academic settings, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Dear Bismillah, the difference between academic and non-academic is, in one context, in academic context, you are actually in the context of a classroom or in a university, right? And you are talking about something which is related to your studies. Is it clear?
Okay, okay.
And non-academic
Clear.
is anything outside the classroom, I mean outside the academic setting. Let's say you are in a mall and you want to buy something. So that is non-academic. You are at your home and you are talking to your mother. That is non-academic, right? You are outside your home and you are talking to your friend. That is non-academic. Is it clear?
Clear, clear.
Okay, thank you. Any other question?
No, thanks, thanks, sir.
All right. Now, as we have mentioned that in both academic and non-academic settings, uh, most of the questions that you will get will be about main ideas or about factual informations, right? So, what is the main idea? In a talk or lecture, the main idea is the overall message. It is what? It is the overall message, right? Given by the speaker about the topic. For example, if I ask you people, what is the main idea for today's lecture? Can anyone tell me?
Okay, sir. The main idea is listening, sir.
Very good, excellent. IELTS listening. This is the main idea, and we are talking about it. Very good, excellent, right? That is the main idea of our today's topic. Whatever we are talking about is related to, in one way or another way, but they are related to IELTS listening, right? So that is the main idea. Now, in a conversation, the main idea is often the same as the purpose of the conversation, right? So when two people are talking, the main idea is the same as the purpose. Why are they talking? In simple words, when two people are talking, so you should be asking yourself, why are they talking? And when you know the purpose, that becomes the main idea. To understand the purpose and structure of listening section. Yes, Aisha, yes, you are right. Okay, so now, for example, imagine we are in non-academic setting and we are talking to each other, but again about the listening, right? IELTS listening. So the purpose is that we are discussing, let's say that how was the class? We are outside this classroom and we are talking about the class. So that is, the purpose is to know how the class took place and whether we have learned something or not. So that is the main idea, that is the purpose. Is it clear? Now I have a recording here, so you will have to listen to the recording and then answer the following question, right? I'll play the recording, but I want all of you to have a notebook and a pen in your hands. Do you have it? आप लोगों के पास?
Okay, we have.
जी. What about the others? Abdul Hamid and Atika and Aisha, please have a pen and a paper in your hands. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, the question is, why is the woman phoning? Okay, so you have to answer, you have to choose the answer between the three. I'm playing the audio. Okay, first tell me, can you hear the audio?
No,
Okay, you
no,
cannot hear.
sir. The sound is
Okay,
muted.
okay.
You will hear part of a telephone.
Now, is it audible? The audio is audible?
Okay, audible.
Okay, fine.
You will hear part of a telephone conversation between a man and a woman.
Hello, Western Appliances.
Good morning. I'm looking for a second-hand washing machine, and I was wondering if you could help me.
Well, if you'd phoned last year, I could have sold you one. But I'm afraid we only recently decided to sell just new products.
Oh, that's a pity.
Okay, so now tell me, why was the woman phoning? Which option is correct?
Sir, the first one.
The first one. Okay.
Okay.
Gee, what about the others? Which option is correct? Option A. Okay. What about Atika and Abdul Hamid? What are your options? Which option is correct? Atika also said A. Okay. And Abdul Hamid, what about you? Which option is correct? Please unmute yourself. Unmute yourself first. Abdul Hamid, dear, unmute yourself. Abdul Hamid, I cannot hear you. Unmute yourself.
Sir, can you replay the audio?
Yeah, I will
If we
replay it.
can
I will
hear,
replay it.
that we can hear clear.
I cannot hear you. Abdul Hamid, could you please unmute yourself? Unmute yourself. Microphone, unmute your microphone. I cannot hear you. Okay, let's replay the audio. Okay.
Okay.
You will
Yes, sir.
hear part of a telephone conversation between a man and a woman.
Hello, Western Appliances.
Good morning. I'm looking for a second-hand washing machine, and I was wondering if you could help me.
Well, if you'd phoned last year, I could have sold you one. But I'm afraid we only recently decided to sell just new products.
Oh, that's a pity.
Yes. G. Which option is correct?
B, sir.
Yes.
B.
Section answer B. You know, you haven't looked at the question. The question is asking, why is the woman phoning? Right?
Yes.
Why is the woman phoning? So she said that, I wanted to buy a second-hand washing machine. Right? And then the sales representative replied, if you have called last year, I could have sold you one. but now we are only selling new washing machines, new products. Is it clear?
Okay, sir. I can't hear clearly, sir. Therefore, I can't answer the question.
Oh, okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Sometimes it happens. No worries. We are learning. Okay. So if
Okay,
you answer
okay,
wrong, this is not, the exact IELTS test. It's just a practice session and we are learning. Okay.
okay. Thanks.
Okay. No problem. So answer B is correct. Answer B is the, option B is the correct answer. Now, okay. Audio clear नहीं थी. What was the reason? आवाज slow है या is there anything else? Could you please tell me? किस
Sir,
जो है ना वो आवाज?
I am audible. I am
Yes, you are audible. Yes.
audible. Thank you.
Okay, okay. It's okay. I don't know. Anyways, let's move ahead. So this is, how you listen to the main idea in a non-academic setting. Okay, this was about an example of a non-academic setting. Let's move ahead. Now, factual information. So, in IELTS listening test, you will need to recognize factual details in a recording and write them down correctly. So, factual information means something which is fixed, right? Let's say the dates, let's say the names, let's say the spellings. So, you have to listen to those details correctly, and then you have to answer or write them correctly, right? Are you following? So this ability may be tested in any of the four sections. So you can get questions related to factual information, right? Writing down the factual information in any of the four sections. So here again is an example, and I ask all of you to be ready for it, right? I'm going to play the audio, but first listen to the recording and then drag and drop the correct telephone number to complete the sentence. So the phone number is, there will be the telephone number which will be pronounced. You have to write the correct number. Are you getting my point?
Yes. Yes,
So
sir.
are
Okay.
you ready? Should I play the audio? Okay.
Yes.
You will hear part of a telephone conversation between a man and a woman.
Hello, Western Appliances.
Good morning. I'm looking for a second-hand washing machine, and I was wondering if you could help me.
Well, if you'd phoned last year, I could have sold you one. But I'm afraid we only recently decided to sell just new products.
Oh, that's a pity. Do you know of anywhere else that might be able to help me?
Well, I can give you the name of the shop that bought our stock off us. Actually, I have their...
Sorry. There is this distortion.
You will hear part of a telephone conversation between a man and a woman.
their number. Do you have a pen?
Yes. Wait a minute. Okay.
Right. The place is called Harry's Used Appliances, and the number is 0744516210.
Okay, can I read it back to you?
Yeah,
That's 0744516210.
that's right. Hope they'll be able to help you.
Yes, so do I. Thank you.
No trouble. Bye.
Bye.
All right. So what's the number?
Sir, 00744516121.
621. Okay. G. What's the number?
07445162110.
Exactly. What about Atika? I think she got disconnected. Okay, Bismillah, you haven't, heard the number correctly. Let me replay it and then note it down, okay?
Okay. Sir, I repeat the. Will I repeat?
No, just wait a minute.
Okay. Okay.
You will hear part of a telephone conversation.
With a shop that bought our stock off us. Actually, I have their number. Do you have a pen?
Yes. Wait a minute. Okay.
Right. The place is called Harry's Used Appliances, and the number is 074451 62.
Okay, can I read it back to you?
Yeah,
That's 0744516210.
that's right. Hope they'll be able to help you.
Yes, so do I. Thank you.
No trouble. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, Bismillah, have you noted it down?
Okay. Okay. I have noted.
Ji.
07
Mhm.
4451 6210.
Yes, now this is correct, right? But
Okay.
remember,
Okay.
it is the, just the practice session, so that's why I'm repeating the audios. But an actual listening test, you will have only, you will listen to it only once, right? So,
Okay.
but inshallah, hopefully in this, practice session, and then after, when you will be practicing on your own, you will be able to understand and learn it correctly, okay?
Okay. Okay.
All right. Okay, let's move ahead. So that is factual information. Now, talking about agreements. Yes, an actual test, the audio is clear and you are given headphones, but the audio is the same as the ones that I'm playing. They are taken from, from actual IELTS resources, okay? So they are genuine. And most of the audios, they are like this, right? They are played, in this with the same volume, with the same speed and everything. So with this practice, you have to get acquainted and you have to practice more and more so that you should be able to answer the questions correctly, right? Okay. Now, understanding speakers' agreement. So as we have mentioned, so an example of understanding speakers' agreement is when two speakers start conversation with different opinions or ideas, but the conversation finishes with both having a shared idea or meaning, right? For example, we are talking to each other and we have different opinions about something. It can be about any topic, right? We are holding different opinions. But when, the class finishes or we come to the end of the talk, so all of us, we agree with the same, idea. This is what you call agreement. Is it clear? Agreement about anything. For example, it happens at home, it happens in schools, it happens in every setting. For example, I'm talking to my mother and we are having, a difference of opinion about something. She wants, she wants me to do something and I am not, interested in doing that thing. And then she starts trying to convince me, or I will start trying to convince her about my, perception. And then a time comes in our discussion when we both agree to something, right? So this is what you call speaker's agreement. Now, this exercise will be useful for completing section 1 and 3 of the IELTS listening test, right? Why? Because, there will be a discussion about people, right? It's conversation. So you have to know when people are talking, whether they agree with each other or they have difference of opinion, right? So these questions, the agreement questions, they are specifically, you will get them in section 1 and section 3, right? These are the two sections where you will get the agreement questions. Now, again, I'm going to play an audio for you people, right? Listen to the recording and try to follow, try the following exercise. Drag and drop, problem and solution. So these are the four, points. There is one problem and one solution. So out of these fours, you have to choose two. what is the problem and what is the solution, right? You have to know the problem and the solution, right? So I'm gonna play the audio. Are you ready? Are you ready?
Okay, okay.
All right.
Yes.
Right. Let's assign the different parts of the project between ourselves.
Hang on. Sorry to break your flow, but I need some time to read over the notes before we do anything else.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot you were sick for that lecture. You know, the problem is we really need to decide on our roles now. It's only, what, 3 days until the deadline.
That's right. Well, did you see the lecture?
Yes, it was so interesting.
Do you think you can tell me what it was about? Will it take you long if you do it now?
That's a good idea. Then we'll draw up a plan.
Okay. This was a bit difficult, but still, if you can answer me, which of the options? The audio is clear, my dear. The audio is clear, and it is like this. And even in IELTS, actual test, you will get the same kind of, audios. But the only thing is, there is this discussion, so probably it is making it difficult for you. Anyways, could you please tell me the answers if anyone has noted? Ji Abdul Hamid, if you have noted any answer.
Not noted, sir.
Okay, you have
Sir,
Ji.
sir, will you repeat the audio? Then I can.
Okay, let's replay it.
Right. Let's assign the different parts of the project between ourselves.
Hang on. Sorry to break your flow, but I need some time to read over the notes before we do anything else.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot you were sick for that lecture. You know, the problem is we really need to decide on our roles now. It's only, what, 3 days until the deadline.
That's right. Well, did you see the lecture?
Yes, it was so interesting.
Do you think you can tell me what it was about? Will it take you long if you do it now?
That's a good idea. Then we'll draw up a plan.
Okay, again. Have you chosen the answer? What is the
Sir,
problem?
sir, the problem is to making a project plan.
So in all of them, there is this discussion, project plan. Okay. So which one? Could you please read it aloud? Bismillah. Could you please read aloud which of the options?
The option is, sir, the making of a project plan. Sir, there is the problem.
Okay, but out of these four, 1, 2, 3, and 4, which of the option will go into the problem section?
Right. Let's assign the different
Sir,
parts.
the third one.
The third one. Okay, this
Okay.
one. Bob and Anne have different ideas about how to start making a project plan. Okay, this was the problem. Okay, and what is the solution?
4-1, sir. 4-1.
One,
Date of the deadline. No, not sir. D.
okay,
Oh, D.
that is the solution.
Uh, uh, this. Yes, sir. It is solution.
Okay, my dear, there is a lot of work to be done to you people. Anyways,
Sir,
yes.
sir, there are the start. Sir, this is the starting.
No, I totally understand. Yes, this is the starting, but you people are good. You people are good, and I really appreciate it. At least you people are answering. Gee, what about Atika and Aisha? Could you please tell me your options?
Sir,
Gee,
We cannot hear the audio clearly, therefore we can't answer the correct option.
Okay, the reason is probably it is because of your microphones.
Okay, we can't hear clearly.
Okay, because of your microphones. Later on, you will see it. Okay, I will share more resources with you, and then you people will see. Okay.
Okay, thanks.
Okay. Aisha also said that the audio is not clear. The audio is clear, but it's actually probably your microphone or whatever. That is the problem. Anyways, I will share the same recordings with you, and then you will have to take the test at your home with your own comfort. Gee, what about Atika? Okay, I don't even understand the student voice. Okay, you could not understand. And yes, I totally understand the speech is a bit difficult. They are talking low with low voice and with a, I should say a fast frequency or something, right? So this is why you couldn't understand. But it's just the beginning, don't worry. Okay, so the problem is, disagreement on the dates of the deadline. No, there is no disagreement, right? Both Anne and Bob and Anne agreed to review the lecture before making a plan, so this could not be even a problem, right? Bismillah was very right. Option 3 is the problem. Bob and Anne have different ideas about how to start making a project plan, right? When they started, so Bob started, stopped Anne and asked her, wait a minute, right? I will replay it and for you so that you should understand.
Right. Let's assign the different parts of the project between ourselves.
Hang on. Sorry to break.
You see, Bob says, hang on, right? She was having this idea that they will be dividing the sections of the project among themselves. But Bob had a different idea and he said that, hang on, wait a minute, I'm not ready yet. Why? Right? And then Anne also realized that, yes, he was absent in the previous lecture. This is why he is not ready, right? So this is the problem. Now, if we look at the solution, so the solution is option 2. Why? Because
Your flow, but I need some time to read over the notes before we do anything else.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot you were sick for that lecture. The problem is we really need to decide on our roles now. It's only, 3 days until the deadline.
That's right. Well, did you see the lecture?
Yes, it was so interesting.
Do you think you can tell me what it was about? Will it take you long if you do it now?
That's a good idea. Then we'll draw up a plan.
you see, they both agreed. When Anne said that's a good idea, it means that they agreed with each other, right? So both Bob and Anne agreed to review the lecture before making the plan. Is it clear?
Okay, B option, sir.
Yes, B option is the solution. Option 3 is the problem and option B is the solution. Is it clear?
Okay.
Okay, let's move to the next. Now, following academic explanation. This is another type of, another skill that will be assessed in the listening part. So in section 4 of the IELTS listening test, you will need to understand parts of an academic lecture which explains main idea, right? So there will be some parts of academic, explanations, and they will be carrying the main idea of the lecture, and you will have to listen to it and answer. Now, listen to the recording, and then complete the following activity, right? We have these two options. We have genetically modified crops. That is the main idea, right? Listen to the recording and then drag the appropriate words to complete the sentence. So I'm going to play the audio for you. Are you ready?
Okay, we are ready.
We have these two questions, genetically modified crops and because they dash, right? So you have to answer these.
Many people may be worried about the safety of genetically modified foods, but on the positive side, these crops may help solve future food shortages caused by increasing population. The reason is that genetically modified crops are quite disease resistant and able to grow in harsh environments. They can therefore produce larger harvests than normal crops.
G. Genetically modified crops.
Sir, genetically modified crops can feed more people than normal crops
And because they
because they grow better than normal crops.
excellent. G. What about the others? The voice is clear. First and grow better. Yes, Aisha, you are right.
Sir, genetically modified crops can feed more people than normal crops, and because they grow better than normal crops.
Excellent. All of you are following well. You see, even in the very first lecture, you are improving, mashallah, right? So the more you practice, the more you will improve. These are, just, the samples, I should say. We'll be practicing more, inshallah, in the coming days. But these are the few things that I just wanted to tell you and teach you. Is it clear until this point?
Okay, clear.
Okay, so I believe this is all about it for our today's lecture. And if there is any question, you can say any suggestions, anything that you want to discuss with me, you can ask.
Sir, we want listening practice. You provide us our real accent videos, which we inshallah practice.
Don't worry, I'll provide you the resources. I'll provide you the practice tests, the IELTS resources along with the audios, and you can practice a lot, right? Don't worry, it's just the beginning, okay?
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay. There is one more slide as well, and I also want to cover this up today as well. Okay, we have also discussed the speaker's response and attitudes, right? So, an IELTS listening test, you will be required to understand what the speaker is feeling or thinking about an issue, right? So, this activity tests your understanding of the speaker's opinion and an attitude, right? Now, again, we have the lecture, right? Material taken from the lecture. There is an audio, and you have to tell us that, about the speaker's response or attitude towards something, right? Now, this is the question. Mark thought Dr. Smith's lecture material was dash, right? So these are the three options. I'm going to play the audio and you have to select which of the options is correct, okay? Should I play it?
Okay, okay.
Hi, Joan. How's your assignment going?
Well, I think it's good, thanks to that lecture material from Dr. Smith.
Oh, I couldn't see any relevance to it, actually, so I left it out.
Well, I thought the part about Max Planck's theory was really useful. I included a lot of detail about his experiments.
Okay. Now tell me which of the options is correct. Yes. A, B, or C? Which option?
Sir, A option.
A option.
Yes, sir. Also A.
My dear, you people are not reading the questions well, right?
Sir, we can't hear the audio. Can you play the audio?
Okay, let me replay it.
Okay.
But before, listening to it, read the question once again. The question says, Mark thought Dr. Smith's lecture material was dash, right?
Okay.
Okay.
Hi, Joan. How's your assignment going?
Well, I think it's good, thanks to that lecture material from Dr. Smith.
Oh, I couldn't see any relevance to it, actually, so I left it out.
Well, I thought the part about Max Planck's theory was really useful. I included a lot of detail about his experiments.
Okay, now tell
Yes,
me
sir. Two, sir. Two.
option B.
Sir, unimportant. Sir,
Option B.
unimportant.
Option B.
Yes, Bismillah is right. The option is
Unimportant.
unimportant. Why? Because Mark said that I do not felt any relevance. Relevance
Okay.
means importance, right?
Okay.
Although Joan said that it was valuable, right? But Mark thought that it was not important. It was unimportant because it was not relevant. Is it
Okay.
clear?
Okay. Clear. Sir, first I didn't hear the question.
Okay. But this is how you answer it, and you have answered correctly. Okay. So this is
Okay.
all about it for today. After the class, inshallah, I'll share the material with you for more practice. And inshallah, tomorrow we will be discussing the listening strategies. How can we improve our listening, and how can we maximize our score by answering the questions correctly, right? So we'll be discussing those things along with more discussion about section 1 of the listening test. Okay. So this is all
Okay.
about it for today. If you have any other questions, you may ask.
Sir, will you share the recording with us?
Yes, I will share the recording with you, and I'll share, you can say the IELTS test books with you along with the audios so that you can practice
Okay.
at home.
Okay. Thanks, sir.
Welcome.